Hello and welcome to a new episode of the Underground Treehouse Podcast, a podcast that discusses and reviews music of all genres. I'm one-fourth of your host, Ruben. Joining me as always is Keenan.
What up?
Marcos.
Hi.
No Isaac today. He's out doing, he's got his obligations. It's okay. We're going to keep it pushing.
I mean, that fucking NPC is on a side quest right now.
He is. He's collecting berries for the main quest.
Yup.
He's churning butter somewhere, bro.
Yeah. Churning butter.
He's working on embroidery.
Oh, Isaac, we love you.
That fool was getting used as a meat shield to defeat a boss.
Oh, no. But he'll be back. He'll be back soon. No worries.
Yeah.
So this week, we're going to be reviewing the two new Skrillex albums, Quest for Fire and Don't Get Too Close. My picks. But before we get into that, as always, we're going to give you our music recommendations of the week, as well as our local beer recommendation of the week. Marcos, what you got for music?
I wanted to shout out this fucking hardcore band that my boy Keenan put me on to. It's a band called Princess. It's a hardcore band from Pittsburgh. They go hard as shit. Thank you for sending it in the group chat yesterday. Keenan got me through my afternoon. I was literally a second away from kicking my stool from underneath myself, like kill myself.
Mm-hmm.
But then you sent me this, I was like, give it a try, and then it brought back the joys of life. Like that. We need to have more fucking female-fronted, woman-fronted bands. Legit. They go, their screams are just so sick, man. They're so sick.
100%.
And to be fair, do you think like they show more emotion in their screams than the guys do? I feel like they do.
I mean, I don't know.
Majority. I know some instances, like I know I could feel like, like Ryan from One Step Closer, like when he screams, I could feel his emotion. But majority, I feel like there's not one woman hardcore fronted band that I have heard that hasn't missed when it comes to emotion. Like I feel like every single one of them pours their hearts and titty milks into it.
You were doing so good.
You
were doing
you
so
had
good.
it all the way till the very end, bro. Well, I mean, like you said, just the fact that there is no weak female vocalist in any band is really fucking dope, because there's a couple bands male fronted that I could just name off, that where the male vocals aren't the best. But for them to be standing out in a genre that's so like male dominant, exactly, like they're
Roman Candle.
They're putting on, bro.
Yes.
Roman Candle goes so hard, bro.
100%.
And then leading the pack, Scal.
Oh yeah, on top.
There's my recommendation, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
Keenan, what's up with you, dog?
What
I
you
just
got?
stole your pick.
What you got?
You did steal my pick, dog.
Sorry, dude.
It's okay. It's okay. I mean, from listening to Skrillex all week, kind of worked out in our favor here. So, I'm a huge fan of the electronic synth pop band Churches.
Oh.
I'm a huge fan, and they actually just released a song overnight.
What?
Called Over. So it's been a year now since they released their latest project, Screen Violence.
Churches with a V, right?
Yes.
Okay. I haven't heard of them in forever.
That is Churches with
That's
a V.
what I'm
yes.
saying.
And so they just released a new song called Over. Again, if you're familiar with the band, it's nothing new.
Mm-hmm.
Just your run-of-the-mill synth pop indie. The theme that they've been trying to go for these past couple years has been like horror and like dark theme, and so that definitely carries over into this newest single, and it's really good. So if you haven't heard of them, that's Churches with a V, and the song is called Over.
My recommendation of the week is going to be an album that came out last year that I just recently discovered, probably about a week ago. It's going to be the album Cometa by Nick Hakim. This is very in line with something like River Tiber. He's a multi-instrumentalist who is very surreal and very like cerebral with his music. It's kind of hard to say, but it definitely scratches an itch that I absolutely love with my music. Everything about this album is just so dreamy and so surreal feeling. It's really like, honestly, this shit kind of reminds me of like if you were like lost out at sea and you had dehydration, bro, and you were just tripping, but you were also like zenning out at the same time. I know that's very weird and descriptive, but that's exactly what this album reminds me of. Or that's what this album makes me feel. If you want a good like intro to this album, I will listen to Vertigo, and then after that Happen. If you're loving those two songs, just fucking dive right in. So, again, that's Cometa by Nick Hakim. All right, and our local beer recommendation of the week is going to be coming from a new brewery. Oh, man, this is one you definitely got to watch out for. Unhinged Brewing off of 98th Street. And we are going to be featuring their newest beer, the Foolin' Around Brown. Off the description, English brown hops like an American brown. Earthy spices ground a dark, chocolatey caramel backbone sweetened with notes of raisins and cherries.
Whew. You say they're off 98th?
Off 98th.
Next to...
They're right next to the Wingstop.
Oh, yup.
Literally next door.
That's so crazy. That's sick, too.
Yeah.
That's a sick spot.
That's definitely one of the perks of them is they don't serve food, so they're just like bring your own food. All
That's
outside
cool.
food
I
welcomed.
love it when breweries are like that. Breweries?
Yeah.
I like that.
And when I went and visited them to pick this up, they had a super dope food truck.
Okay, so real quick, tell us about the messages with when you recommended Fontaine's DC because I was in a meeting and I couldn't really read. So I don't look at all your guys' memes and shit because I'm usually fucking busy. And first of all, I can't play videos in my office. I had to wait till I fucking leave.
Yeah.
But on top of that, I couldn't really. All I saw was that you recommended them Fontaine's DC, and you said they're in Australia, and I was like, okay, I gotta go back to this, but I never did.
Oh, no. It ain't going to come to fruition.
But what was it about though?
It's because so they said that they're going to be brewing a new like Irish ale for St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
And in parentheses they said if you know a good Irish band, DM us. So I DM'd them Fontaine's because I thought it was going to be for like a
dummy.
playlist or something, and they were like, "Oh, thank you. We're going to try to reach out to them." I'm like, good luck.
Bro.
They pulled it up. They're like, damn, 60 million followers. Whoa.
Yeah. We can book them.
I love it how you just went Fontaine's with like your full chest. You're just like, you know what? Fontaine's. Fuck the Dropkick Murphys. Fuck Flogging Molly. Let's go Fontaine's.
Dude, they're one of my favorite bands.
That fool literally said one of his favorite tracks of the year last year was from Fontaine's DC.
Yeah, and they were
Oh,
my
yeah,
second. They're my
yeah.
second album of the year
Yeah.
last year.
See, I don't know how, but to each their own.
Yeah, exactly. That's the great thing about music. Right?
It's all
That's why you should listen to our podcast.
yeah. Interesting. I had to go. How was the layout of their building? Was it like La Cumbre? I pictured La Cumbre.
Well,
layout.
it's really small, but like they're a fresh brewery.
Unhinged.
But yeah, Unhinged Brewing. I mean, it's a nice location. It's the only brewery kind of out that way, so they're very unique in that sense. They have, I believe, 4 beers that they brew on their own. The brown is great. We had to recommend it. Their fucking red
is delicious.
insane, dude. They have this red called the Off the Rails red. That is fucking good. I don't think they have it canned yet, but you need to go and get it straight from the teat, bro.
I have to because the only brewery on that side of town is.
Lava Rock.
Yep. And they're
Exactly.
pretty good too. So that's nice that we have another one over there.
Yeah, 100%. And they're worth it, bro. Their beers
Yeah,
speak.
this beer is really good.
Yeah, their beers speak for
And
themselves.
low key, I'm a fan of like this, no fucking label ass can. all silver.
Exactly.
I'm a silver ass teeth kid, so
So this really speaks to you.
You can relate? Hell yeah. All right, boys.
I'm ascending right now.
When the beer speaks for itself, why do you need a logo, bro?
Word.
There you go. So shout out to Unhinged. Thank you guys for the delicious
shout out
beer.
Unhinged.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers. Ayúdame.
Why?
Isn't that cheers?
You all
in
right?
Spanish?
Ayúdame? Isn't that help me?
Oh yeah, salud. Salud.
Did that help me? Aren't you Spanish?
What are you talking about?
Dog, fuck you. I had like 4 fucking paps on the way out here, dog.
Paps.
Fucking Jeffrey Dahmer having ass.
Bro.
Don't get him started. Okay, I
Jeffrey
heard.
Dahmer
I heard the
caveman ass.
inhale.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into this shit. So, Skrillex coming in hot.
Skrillex.
Is he though?
Kind of is, to be honest.
He though?
Is he though?
Is he though? I guess we're just gonna have to discuss.
After this long hiatus.
Yeah. So I mean, as far as like solo projects, since 2014, I mean, he's had like little compilations, right? And he's had like features in between. But these 2 are his first solo albums since 2014.
And he dropped them back to back.
It dropped them back to back. Crazy. Again, that's gonna be first album, Quest for Fire, and then the second one is Don't Get Too Close. So I really don't have much of an explanation as to why I picked it. Literally just off Skrillex. I mean,
Yeah.
like we said, it's been since 2014 since we've heard anything from him. So
It's kind of a wild card pick, I would say, to be honest. So, a nostalgia pick, one would say too.
Oh,
so
yeah.
you kind of took me by surprise that you picked this one, but kind of happy because Skrillex, for me at least, was the introduction to my electronic
yes,
Yup.
phase.
exactly.
Once I heard Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites, I was deep into the rabbit hole, and that's when I started going into the wide ranges of techno music, and that's why I'm a big fan of techno now.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
I mean, you literally said it perfectly. Like, say what you will about Skrillex, but if you grew up within our generation, like, it's hard to not see his impact on that. And like you said, it's the same thing for me. Like, he really opened me up to this world of electronic. Like, it went from dubstep, and then it just progressively got, like, more and more abstract. But he
Yeah.
was really the introduction to that.
for me, and I think for us, Skrillex really slungshot us into the fucking dubstep and kind of carried it. Because then you started having motherfuckers just like fucking break dancing, fucking having seizures on YouTube, shit, to like fucking
That's true.
yeah, to dubstep songs and shit. That shit was a whole movement, dog.
Exactly. I was watching, like, Wonderland fucking, like, live sets on YouTube. Like, bro, I gotta learn how to make dubstep.
Yeah.
In fucking 7th grade.
Yeah, so you gotta give respect to this guy, and it was exciting to see him release 2 albums that are, I would say, completely different.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll get into it in a bit. And I'm glad that you picked him out because he is definitely a pioneer of techno or dubstep.
And to go off of that, yes, he did release these 2 albums back to back, but it's crazy to see the order that he did it in. I didn't realize he released Quest for Fire before Don't Get Too Close.
Yeah.
That's insane. I thought it would have been the other way around.
No,
Really?
We will get into that, and you will see
Ooh.
why I'm saying that.
and I'll tell you why you're wrong and why your opinion is invalid and why you should go hide in the cave.
You're literally on my side, dog. Stop.
That's
Stop.
true. That is true. Actually,
Stop.
my bad.
No, but literally,
My bad.
literally, you guys couldn't have said it any better. Like, this guy, even though he wasn't the founder of dubstep, he was definitely like one of the biggest pioneers of it, and he was a big influence for a lot of us. And it's just cool, especially if you're familiar with Sonny's past, which is From First to Last, which is one of the best pop punk emo bands of the early 2000s. And it's just cool to see that transition because no one could have ever expected this. And it's cool when artists do dip their toes in new genres. I mean, we just had a whole podcast about it with Lil Yachty.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And so to see the success that he's had in both genres, like, that's insane. And so it's cool to see the growth. And like we've been saying, it's cool that we finally got new music because it's been a while.
So yeah, I mean, I want to go off to that point that you said, Keenan, because that kind of helps lead us into the discussion of the albums. Like you said, for him to have that success and that influence in 2 different genres is insane. So, with this big hiatus in terms of his, solo studio albums, that's another reason why I picked this, was because I was like, So the first thing that really caught my attention, well, okay, the first thing was the name Skrillex. I ain't gonna lie. But then I guess the second biggest thing that I saw was the fucking features on these things. And I was like, okay, we got, shouting out From First to Last, we got Anthony Green from fucking Seosin and Circa Survive.
Okay, see, I know that.
Yeah, he's featured on Quest for Fire. And then we have shit from Corbin, a.k.a. or the artist formerly known as Spooky Black. Then we have Chief Keef, Justin Bieber, and then Fortet. I was like, and then, of course, that's spread over 2 albums. But it's like,
I'm gonna miss Young Lean and Blade.
And
Young
Kid
Lean,
Cudi.
Young Lean more.
okay, yeah, you're right.
There's a
you're
bunch
right.
of big
Dude,
artists.
huge
Yeah.
underground like legendary art. Wow.
Trippy Red.
Eh.
I know, but he's
But
still
he's
a
still
big
big,
name.
he's a big name.
He's a big name.
Sway Lee still.
Sway
still
Lee
a
sick.
big-
Sway Lee sick.
yeah. So to see these, I was like, okay, what fucking direction is this dude going in? Like, again, the name had me intrigued, but the features had me like fully invested. I was like, okay, we gotta see what's going on with this. So I guess we could just start with the first album then, Quest for Fire. So, or do you have something to say?
I was gonna say off the first album, like
So-
my opinion about it. But if you want to start off with it,
So
you can.
Quest for Fire
That's
is the one with the horse,
Yeah.
not the upgraded porcupine
Oh, sorry.
or hedgehog.
Perfect way to put it. I'm not gonna put it like that. My favorite books were picture books, dog. When I was a kid, dog. To be real with you on that one, Chief. Those are my favorite books.
Fuck. So did you have something to say for the other one?
Which is
Both
the
actually,
horse or
both
the-
because so a quest for fire was sick because this was the Skrillex I expected.
Mm-hmm.
Like the choppiness, dubstep, the fucking heavy drops, the blasphemous beats, bro. Like this was the Skrillex I was expecting.
Blasphemous beats.
Yeah, the samples. Honestly, the thing that I didn't expect was the vocals from a different language. I forgot what song that is.
That was insane.
That was insane.
Yeah, that was in Palestinian.
Yeah. Was
Where-
it?
Yeah,
Damn,
she's
RIP.
literally Palestinian.
Yeah. R.I.P. dog.
Don't say that.
Oh.
Oh God.
Free Palestine though, right?
No, free Palestine, free
Oh,
TK,
for
free
real.
Palestine. But- yeah, I got you.
What is it? What's that? Zach Fox song?
Yeah, that one. I forget what song it is.
Yeah.
It's fucking Jesus is the one.
Free TK, free Palestine. Yo, say less.
R.I.P. to Betty White.
Yeah, R.I.P. to literally right now.
Literally.
Real.
Yeah,
real.
literally
Rip.
now.
A rip.
He
Yeah.
predicted it, bro.
Yeah,
What the
that's
fuck?
Crazy. That fool.
That's fucked.
Shout out Zach Fox. Yo, put us on. We need the money. Anyways, yeah, literally was I expecting from Skrillex. Unfortunately, this wasn't the first album I heard first. I heard the other
you
one
heard
first.
the second one
Yeah,
first.
Second
Oh,
one
I got
first.
you.
But when I got into this one, I was like, oh shit, here we go. Like this is more what I was expecting. So yeah, I honestly, this is an album that I was expecting from Skrillex.
Okay.
At least to leave it off there for now.
Right.
Word, I would have to agree. Because, I mean, initially your first pick was Don't Get Too Close.
Yes, it was. But then, like halfway through this week, I was like, let's just do both. Fuck it. So yeah, we started backwards.
It's honestly very good because I was gonna fucking complain about that. I was like, so my next week is I'm gonna pick 2 albums. That's what I was gonna say. I'm gonna
But
pick
you
2
see
albums.
why we
No,
had
but
to do
100%,
both. Okay.
Yeah, 100%
okay.
now. That's what I'm saying. 100% now.
Mhm.
I'm picking
Well-
all the band side projects off of the one group that I'm going to pick next week.
I'm picking Single Exclusive Bong and I'm picking fucking the new Kodak Black, bruh. Back to back.
What the fuck?
Just throw the 9-minute Princess EP in there, too.
Yeah, we might as well do a fucking bonus included, bro.
So no, now 100% agree why you chose. It would feel unfinished, honestly.
If we only did one.
yeah, it would
right.
completely feel unfinished.
Yeah. So, like Marco said, I also listened to Don't Get Too Close, which is the weirdest album cover. Just like a porcupine with
Yeah.
like blood dripping off of it. It looks crazy.
Mhm.
It looks a little very like animated.
Yeah, it seems. I don't know. I don't think it fits the vibe.
It
of the-
didn't.
yeah,
It
I
didn't.
don't like it, but
It didn't. I mean, both album covers don't. A little weird
yeah,
for
yeah,
like
I
an
guess that's
electronic
true.
album.
Yeah, like even Quest for Fire almost seems like a metal type of,
Yeah.
riding on the horse of death type of shit. You know what I mean?
That just goes to show he's probably wearing his influence.
Oh yeah,
Influences on his sleeve, I guess. I guess
Okay.
we'll see.
You
But
convinced
yes,
me.
so again, I listened to Don't Get Too Close, and off the rip, I just the features, of course, stuck out, and it still was nothing that I was expecting. I thought these features were gonna really like carry these songs,
Mhm.
but I really
Damn.
didn't think they did. And going into Quest for Fire, like Marco said, this was the Skrillex I was expecting. The heavy beats, the boom and bass, and we get that on a lot of the songs. But again, with these features, there's name after name throughout both of these albums, and the features just didn't carry.
Wow.
Even Fortet, like that's one of my favorite artists. And
I have to
even-
agree with you.
And
yeah.
even that track fell short, and it's just crazy because again the familiar names they didn't stick out, but the lesser known artists, a lot of those
Yeah.
ones are a lot of the songs that actually stuck out, and it's gonna be fun going over them.
Mhm.
But yeah, like Marco said, that Quest for Fire, that was a Skrillex I was expecting,
Mhm.
and I would say now, just to get it out there, that Quest for Fire was my go-to album between the two.
I got you. Okay. Well, I think we've kind of said that we've started with Don't Get Too Close. So we might as well just start with that because
Word.
I think we've talked about that a little bit
Yeah.
more. So I think that Don't Get Too Close is the superior of the two. I
Crazy.
really like this one. I'll get into my reasons why I'm not huge on Quest for Fire. But I liked that, he took a more like stripped back approach to the beats. And a lot of them were a lot more like drum and bass influenced, and they didn't take as many risks, but they sounded good. And I think the features on Don't Get Too Close were really fucking
You know
good.
why?
Why?
Because he's trying to make a DJ Khaled album.
But
He's trying to be a producer on this album. That's literally the feeling I get. He's
Right.
just trying to serve the beats and let the features write it, but the features don't hit.
okay,
They
well,
not.
I'm gonna give you guys my favorite song,
Hit us.
"Ceremony" with Young Lean and Blade.
Fucking
Yup.
trash.
What?
Disgusting.
Are you
Horrible.
serious,
No, I'm not
bro?
serious. No, I'm not
Okay,
serious.
I was gonna be
No.
so tight, bro.
No.
That
It's alright.
dude, Young Lean.
Yeah, Young Lean went hard.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a should have been a way better track for what you have on. You have Young Lean
Yup.
and Blade, dog.
Yep.
But it was okay.
I fell short.
It fell short.
Damn, and I think this song is perfect. I
That's
love
crazy.
that stripped back, high paced drum and bass type of sound, and Young Lean flows over it great. Blade sounds good on it. How you said that the two features don't
Yeah.
carry it. I have one track that I expected a lot out of, and we'll get to that.
Okay.
But I loved Ceremony, man. This is okay. It's my favorite song on this album. It's my favorite song on both albums. Ceremony is insane. And again, I just love that he took the back seat, made a good beat for features, and then let the features do their thing.
Yeah, and I 100% agree with you on this, but maybe it's not Skrillex's fault then, I should say. Maybe it's Young Lean and Blade that didn't put enough effort into their verses. Maybe even Blade.
It's
Honestly.
Blade.
Blade, right?
Blade on this one for
Yeah.
me, definitely.
Okay.
Didn't put enough.
Maybe it's just because like I'm like a little Young Lean fanboy over here.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why the Young
Dude.
Lean carried the song.
Dude, Yoshi City, dog. Woo!
Oh, yeah, I don't listen to him solo, so I guess I don't know.
I had like a 3-month phase in like high school where I was just like,
Yup.
oh, Young Lean.
Literally right here, I have bro the nostalgia. Like we got Skrillex and Young Lean, both nostalgic because
Yeah.
it's been a while.
Right.
I thought he died too, like a couple months ago.
I
I
mean,
thought he
Young
was
Lean's,
dead.
Young Lean is still releasing music, but if anyone we thought was dead, it's probably Skrillex. What the fuck?
Right?
So I don't know why I thought
Jesus
Young Lean was dead.
Christ.
Word. So it was it was just funny because we just mentioned like Young Lean like on a couple podcasts ago.
Exactly.
'Cause
Did we?
Yeah, because we were talking about his music video with the Pokemon cards.
Yeah, what was that?
I don't
It
remember which
was like
pod-
2 episodes
I don't remember
ago,
which
but
pod it was,
yeah.
but it was just funny because we just referenced him, and then of course we get a feature of him.
Yeah.
But this was a weird collab.
Really?
I mean, just
Young Lean and Blade?
Lean and Blade.
Yeah.
I just right off the bat, I just thought it was a
It's
weird
because
collab.
you have someone that has been in the game for a while versus someone that's kind of rarely new.
Mhm.
So
I don't know. I think they both did exactly what they're good at, and they brought it to what Skrillex gave, a very great beat. I thought it was a perfect combination.
I feel like
but-
I agree with Keenan. I think Blade just lacked a little bit on it, to be honest. To look to dissect it a little bit more. I think Blade is the problem for me, at least on this track.
Yes, so Blade is, again, like Marco said, the problem for me as well on this track, which is funny because the very next song, if you don't mind jumping into it, is Real Spring, which is just Blade, and that's one of the best
And
songs
you
on
love
this album.
What, dude?
man.
I do not like Real Spring though. Fuck.
I think it was just his delivery. I think it was his delivery in Ceremony. It's just because we got Young Lean and like we kind of were familiar with his flow and his delivery, and then we got Blade, who I felt like was kind of like doing his own thing.
Right.
Whereas like you said, Skrillex laid it out perfectly for both of them, and I feel like Young Lean delivered, unless that's just me being biased, and then Blade is just kind of like, I'm gonna do it this way, and it just didn't fit. That's why I just didn't think it fit. But in the next song, Real Spring, when it's just Blade,
He did his thing.
I think it was perfect.
Damn.
Lyrics are corny. I'm gonna say the lyrics are corny throughout both of these albums,
Yeah.
especially this song.
Yeah.
But it does not matter because he carries it.
You're right.
He carries it. The performance is good. Again, I think it's way better than the previous track, Ceremony.
Damn, that's so crazy to me. Real quick, kind of off topic. Did you guys hear about the whole thing with Ice Spice and Blade?
No, what happened? I didn't hear about that.
So there's like, it's not a conspiracy. It's probably
We should
100% true.
We
but-
should honestly leave this in.
Yeah, we'll leave it in.
Okay, cool.
But she like, so I don't know how people connected it, bro. This is some like fucking Charlie Day on It's Always Sunny, fucking connecting the dots on the map shit, bro. So I guess a while back she posted something like, damn, I'm stuck on Swedish rap or something like that. And Blade is Swedish, but she has two bars that are kind of famous but are almost like obvious, like they're obvious. What would be the word? Like not tributes. I guess like a tribute.
Yeah.
Like they drew inspiration from Blade because she has her "How can I lose if I'm already chose," and then Blade has a lyric, "How can I lose if I'm like making my own path," or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And then she has another one, but I was just like, what the fuck? Like,
Is it that one that goes like, I do that thing with my dun dun dun?
no.
No.
I mean, you might be close, but but either way, I just thought that was fucking funny. I was like, damn, she's fucking listening to Blade. That's fucking funny. So, like you said, Marcos,
What's up?
I had a double hitter quitter that I thought was gonna be insane, and it fell flat for me. And that's gonna be track 7, "Bad for Me" with Corbin and Chief Keef.
And Chief Keef, and I love Chief Keef features, and yes, this shit fucking it fell flat. I don't want to go off too hard because
Oh,
Yeah.
let me go off hard.
Go.
Let me
So-
go off
Do it.
hard.
Say
First
it.
of all, that hook hurts.
Oh, I love Corbin. What the
That
fuck?
hook is awful. And
Corbin Blue.
oh, there's a line in there that says, "Girl, you're bad for me," like cigarettes. So bad. Get out of here.
To be
It's
fair,
a
cigarettes
corny.
are bad for you,
No, I know, but the way he says it, the auto tune, it's so bad.
Yeah.
dude.
This is a corny song.
To be fair,
Yeah.
like after listening to "Cut the Check" by Mac Miller featuring Chief Keef, I expect Chief Keef to deliver on every fucking feature, because that feature goes stupid dumb hard. But I do agree that this song in a whole could have been a lot better on both ends, Skrillex and Chief Keef.
That song is skippable for me.
Yeah, well, it was for me too. And then to have those two features, like that's a collab I would have never imagined ever. Like, leave Skrillex out. Corbin and fucking Chief Keef is insane, and then to add Skrillex is like nuclear. But for it to fall flat is even worse. Like, I think one of the issues that I do have with this album is that a lot of it sounds a little too bubblegummy pop for me. This song specifically, and then the very next song, 3 a.m.
Oh.
So 3 a.m., it's like, I honestly don't even know if I like it because, like, I feel like I listen to it and I feel like I'm annoyed by it, but I find myself singing the fucking hook, like, to myself all the fucking time, man. I just don't know if I like it or not. I will say, though, Anthony Green, shout out, Say Us in the Circus Survive.
Yup.
He was trash on this. He did not sound good
Also,
on this.
yup. Yeah, I was literally humming this song in the house before we came in here.
Exactly.
You're exactly right. Like, this is one of those songs. It's just like that earworm that's just. I wish you were here, Isaac, because you would know exactly what to say about this track. Because this track
Facts.
actually reminds us of you.
Exactly.
We're looking at you. You're not here, man.
When he comes back, he's talking about this song.
Exactly. No, this is one of those songs, like you said. Like, I wasn't skipping it.
Mm.
I wasn't skipping it. It was something that was bearable. I could listen to it. But then, like, once I actually, like, paid attention to it, I'm like, why am I listening to this?
Right.
But then here I am a couple hours later humming the fucking song.
Exactly.
And so and then, like you said, Anthony Green, come on. Please.
And you know what? I was even thinking about it, like, in retrospect, okay, Skrillex from first to last to what he's doing now, it probably makes sense. But even seeing, like, Anthony Green, I was still like, what is he doing on this? Like, what is he going to actually do on this? Again, I mean, if Skrillex fucking went and made electronica, I guess it's not a far-fetched that Anthony Green is going to jump on an electronic
He's
song.
going to
but-
bring in someone from his old scene.
Exactly. And unfortunately, he did not deliver. But
And it's funny because I don't know which song it is, but there's a song where there's someone in the background just screaming. And you're just like, maybe that's someone, but no.
that's on the first album. I know what song it is. We'll get to that.
But like even like something like that, just it worked in that song.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Anthony, let's hear it.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
This is my favorite track off the album, honestly.
Damn.
Who is it?
Take a
It
seat,
is,
Isaac.
Hold on. It is it Anthony Green or
Yeah, Anthony
Prentice?
Green. Anthony Green,
That with the
Prentice.
little boy voice?
No, that's
Prentice, right?
Prentice.
That's Prentice.
Yeah, see, earworm, like you said earlier,
Mm-hmm.
100%. And I'm listening to this shit while making enchiladas, dog. I'm just like, yo, this shit go hard. So,
and
Love
those
to hear it.
this is one after listening to both the albums. This is the first track I went to right away.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, so because
That's
I wanted to hear it
cool.
again. So
Cool.
definitely an earworm. I like Prentice's verse on it, especially with the beat and how he flows with it. It really is catchy, extremely catchy.
Oh yeah. That's cool to know that.
Yep.
That's one of
First-
the ones you go to though.
Yeah,
That's
first
that's
cool.
dope.
first one I went to back.
That's dope. I can kind of wrap up the features on my end right now. So if you guys have anything else to add with these, let me know. Bro, Kid Cudi, like, I'm not huge on the beat. This one sounds, again, a little too bubblegummy, a little too, like, generic.
So-
but Kid Cudi, though.
So this is a song where I think this is all Skrillex's fault because Kid Cudi, you have Kid Cudi on fucking techno dubstep beats on multiple fucking. He's really experimental and he's very what is it called, diverge, right?
Yeah, he's diverse.
Yeah, diverse. Sorry.
Mhm.
So it's really hard to fuck up a Kid Cudi verse, especially if he sends it to you, like just So I think this is really Skrillex's fault, like thinking that this beat would work with him, but you should have worked around it a lot better and made a better beat for it.
See, here I am over here blaming Kid Cudi because right here I thought we got a half-ass Kid Cudi in this.
What?
So was it the beats then?
It was the beat for me.
Well, I mean, it's completely up to you. I thought, like I said, I agree with Marcos. I thought the beat was overly produced. It just
Yeah.
sounded like it didn't do anything new. And to have Kid Cudi, in my opinion, deliver a very, very solid feature, it didn't go to waste because he sounded good, but
Yeah.
he could have been giving something a lot better, in my opinion.
So lyrically, this was the best song out of both albums. I will say that. It's just, I feel like, I don't know. I'm also not used to having Cudi over like a techno beat like this,
No.
and so that's why I thought, like, did we get a half-ass Cudi, or is it Skrillex bringing him down? And from you guys who know way more about Kid Cudi than I do, probably gonna have to go with you guys. And so that no, that's all I had. It's just it was okay. Again, we're not getting Skrillex in any of these songs. We're just getting like
No.
okay beats.
Like I said, like I said, this was his take on being like a DJ Khaled album.
Yeah,
Right.
No, yeah, you're right about
And
that.
to be fair, I think it was okay.
Right.
Okay, from someone coming from a dubstep background and making like a full producer album with a bunch of features to carry you, that was okay. Could have gone a lot worse. You get Trippie Redd came out with the
Could
fucking.
have been way. Yeah.
He had A-list to fucking D-list fucking rappers, and still fucking flopped with 30 tracks.
Right.
So I thought it was okay.
Damn.
Word.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Thank you for leading me to that because literally, I really want to talk about that one. I thought JB and Don Toliver on "Don't Go" was super dope, and I love Don't Go's beat. I love that like high pitched vocal sample that he threw in there. It almost sounded hip hop esque, and then of course it got more electronic. But "Don't Go" I think is a great song as well. Second track, Pink Pantheress and Trippie Redd. Way back, I don't like the way the song started with Trippie Redd, but when that drum and bass hits and Pink Pantheress comes
Yup.
in,
Her accent is so sick.
exactly. She is like one of the premier electronic artists right now, so I'm really glad to see she got a feature on this. And then Don't Leave Me Like This, the very first one. It starts off real slow and melodic, but I love the way it leads into Way Back. You don't like that? Oh.
No, it's a great transition into the second song.
Oh, okay.
But the song in itself, it's like 40, 50 seconds.
Mhm.
And that like high pitched like voice, I did not like that.
Oh.
I did not like it.
I do like that, but
I want to take it back really quick because Pink Panthers came out with a fucking sick ass song with a solid beat featuring Ice Spice's best feature ever.
damn.
She goes hard. I was super surprised. I'm like, yo, whenever you see whenever you learn like a word, and you start singing that word everywhere again. That's how I am with Pink Panthers. I saw her off that Ice Spice one, a single that she came out with Ice Spice. Now I'm seeing her everywhere, I guess.
See, and right now, that's Ice Spice for me.
Really?
Seeing her everywhere.
Everywhere now.
Yeah.
She did the collab with Radiohead and just
Bro, that
'Cause I'm good
mashup, that mashup is so sick.
the fuck?
That shit is so dope.
You even posted it today.
I
didn't you?
posted it on my story. I'm fucking writing for this shit. It's so good.
Hell yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, Ice Spice got bars, bro, and
Dog.
even if her bars are not the best, her flow makes up for it, bro. She can rap.
Dog, he think I'm good enough. Shaking my dun to the, doing things I shouldn't have. Jeez.
Motherfucker, when she wins a Grammy, I don't wanna hear shit.
Dog,
alright?
exactly. We are here. She is a Grammy-nominated, award-winning artist of the century, decade, forever, ever on the planet Earth, century, universe.
We should get her on the pod.
We could get her. We could bag her.
Yeah.
I think. You
All
know,
pitching our life savings.
in our little ass shed, bro. We can make it
It's a
happen.
temporary thing.
Hold on, let me change my profile
Temporary.
picture real quick. Drake just posted that, dog. That's gonna be my new profile.
so
It is
corny.
goofy, bro.
That's gonna be my pic.
Oh,
Why? Why does he do this, bruh? I'm over here defending him.
Exactly.
Potion like that.
We can't keep doing this.
He makes it hard, bro. We're over here defending this man, and he's potion like that for no reason.
Oh,
Who does he think he
fuck.
is, bro?
We're gonna. I'll include that picture in our post for the Instagram. That way people know exactly what we're talking about. That shit.
He said I'm defending him, and then he posts shit like that.
Shit, fool makes it impossible. What can I say about dog? That is
Dude.
some goofball ass shit. Word to
There-
Ruben.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Goofball ass shit, bro.
Word.
It's a goofball.
Oh fuck. But
Speaking of goofballs, let's talk about JB.
what?
Maybe.
I like JB on this.
Oh no, as a person,
Oh.
Him
yeah.
as a person, he's a
he
goofball.
goofy as hell. Goofy as fuck.
features nice.
Feature's nice, but yeah, no. I do like the one Selecta, which is this is one of the rare tracks where this one is more like Skrillex based, and then the feature kind of takes a back seat. Selecta's dope. Selecta is super sick, and I like the low key like cut down vibe of this one as well.
Static Selecta?
I wish he was on this.
I wish. Do you imagine him and fucking Skrillex?
That would be fucking crazy, dude. But yeah, Selecta's dope. I hate to end it on a negative note. BB Borelli.
Trash.
Yes.
Dude. So the only times. So okay, let me.
Why
put
did
this.
you bring this up?
I just had to.
Why?
So-
I know it's negative.
Oh,
Maybe I
God.
shouldn't have. But
So
fuck.
Damn
so
it.
let me say something really quick that I pointed out because I was listening to this album all day today, and I pushed myself through majority of like the bad songs. I guess they're right, they're okay. There's nothing
You can do it.
I can do it. I could do it. I could tolerate it.
Mhm.
It's tolerable. But every time I looked, I'm like, I can't stand this song. I have to skip it. It's always the last fucking song on both these fucking albums. I'm just like, holy shit.
With
And-
her feature on. both.
Yes, and it's this fucking artist. I don't even know what it no. It's both of them, honestly. I think it's both.
Oh,
I'd say
okay.
It's both.
Okay.
The feature didn't land, and the beats was fucking whack. I'm just like, dude. Every time I look down, I'm like, oh, this is the fucking last track, really? Boom.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Wait, which BB Borelli? Because the last song, "Painting Rainbows," is way, way better than "Don't Get Too Close."
Oh, I don't like both
I don't like both
because
either.
I will. Okay, I have to give her this, right? I do think it's endearing what she did with both. In terms of delivery, because in Don't Get Too Close, I like that she's kind of playful with it. Like where she's talking away like this. Like that's kind
Yeah.
of cute. I get it. And then in the last track, Painting Rainbows, I like kind of that she's being real aggressive and she's like throwing her words out there, you know what I mean? Like she has spite between those words.
Oh yeah.
So while I do think the performances themselves were somewhat okay, I don't like what she's saying. I don't like how long she lasted on these beats. I just can't say I really fully like these features. And I think that she really I'll agree with Marcos. I do think that the beat on Painting Rainbows at least isn't the best. But I just don't think she really added too much to these songs. Like if anything, she felt almost a little out of place.
I mean, in the 10th track, "Don't Get Too Close," the self-titled, that one. There's a song that we reviewed by Willow Smith,
Mm-hmm.
and it was the same thing where she was trying to be cute and have fun, and they were doing like a little band practice
Yes,
session.
I know what song you're talking about.
Yes, and that's exactly what this reminded me of, and then the lyrics, like, this is definitely reaching out to like some high school kid,
Yeah.
and the lyrics were just corny to me, and it was just, I would have been fine without it.
Oh.
I would have. Again, I could see like the playful, the step away like this and then come back. Like,
Yeah.
I get all that. Like, that kind of like made it a little fun. But other than that, I'm skipping this one and I'm going straight to the Painting Rainbows. I actually really liked Painting Rainbows.
Ah.
Compared to track 10, yes, I'm going with Painting Rainbows all the way. And also, as the ending of the album, I liked it because it was kind of like a fun. It like brought it full circle to the first song,
Oh.
which I thought was pretty cool.
Right.
And it's also cool because it also brings it full circle to the last song of Quest for Fire, I think.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool too.
Mhm.
But of the two, I'm going with Painting Rainbows. That one was actually a lot. It was delivered so much better. And like in my notes, I have it's a good ending to a not so good album. So I would say I would say. But that being said, I would like to go back to the JB
Okay.
because that song grew on me. I did not like that song
Really?
originally,
And I thought this one was so good off the rip.
and really, that's cool.
I thought this was one of the best
No.
ones off the rip.
That's cool. But it just took me a while because again, Justin Bieber, it's just kind of corny to hear him like flow over something like this.
And
so,
Justin Bieber could flow.
he can,
And he can.
He can.
And I thought he
flow.
did.
And
but-
so
He didn't.
it just took a while, but
Did
this
not.
one definitely grew on me, and I feel like Justin definitely carried the song.
Mm.
But out of all the features, I think JB was probably like one of the best features of this first album. But one
Pretty
more I'd like to talk about was Mixed Signals. Mixed Signals, right in between Don't Get Too Close by BB Borelli and Painting Rainbows with BB Borelli. We got Mixed Signals with Sway Lee.
So
That
he goes
one.
hard.
That one was nice.
So he goes hard.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, and I hate the fact that I give Sway Lee so much props because I think he comes from a fucking corny ass fucking duo. What's their duo
Oh,
again?
Ray Shremmerd.
Ray Shremmerd.
Yeah.
Like
Ray Shremmerd.
Ray Shremmerd. Fuck. Ray Shremmerd.
Yeah.
I think they're corny as hell, but independently, each of them they go hard as fuck. Like when they're featured, like I think it's Sway Lee too. I think he's on Sunflower with Post Malone.
Oh.
They go hard as fuck individually. Like on this track, they go hard as fuck, or he goes hard as fuck.
Right.
So I think he's one of the features that I like a lot.
Yeah, and he has a feature on the first one, Quest for Fire. And
Exactly,
I
yeah.
do not like his Quest for Fire feature.
Wow, what
dude.
a fucking
What?
no, that's valid.
Yeah, thank you. I think he sounds so much better on Mixed Signals.
And I 100% agree. I agree with that, and I also see it.
Yeah, yeah. You guys good though with this album? We ready to
I'm good.
you guys ready to wrap up? All right,
Yep.
cool. So before we get into Quest for Fire, we're gonna give you our overall thoughts, top 3 tracks, and overall score for Don't Get Too Close. I'll start it. Fuck it. Yeah, I mean, I think this album is the best of the two. We'll get into the second one now. I like that he had more of a like stripped back kind of minimal approach to the beats, and he let the features do what they did. I think that, you know, maybe despite some blemishes, the features really showed out. I like that it's a lot more drum and bass influenced. Not to say that we don't get that on the first album, but I like the drum and bass. It's definitely my favorite subgenre of electronic music. But with that being said, I do think that some of the features do fall short, especially in track 10 and 12 with BB Borelli. Corbin and Chief Keef could have done much better than what they did. And again, I think that some of these beats are just a little too overproduced, a little too bubblegummy. You know what I mean? But overall, I thought it was enjoyable. I thought it was enjoyable for sure. Overall, I would give this album a 6.5 to a 7.
Sheesh.
It can definitely float between the two. My top 3 tracks on this album are going to be number 3, Don't Go, number 2, Summertime, and number 1, Ceremony.
Solid album. I think solid. By solid, I mean it did not fail. It did not disappoint. Well, eh.
In some
It
aspects.
wasn't a flop. It wasn't a flop. Something that I won't trash talk or anything like that. But it wasn't my vibe. Could definitely see this being some people's vibes. This is a groove kind of playing in the background. Like I said, I was cooking majority of the day and running errands, listening to this, and it was groovy. It was alright. It was some background music. But if you're someone that looks at the track list and you expect hype, it's gonna fucking flop for you. They didn't land. In my opinion, I will give it a 5 out of 10.
That's solid.
It's a
Not
solid
bad.
album.
Not
It's
bad.
not bad,
Not
right?
good.
It's not bad. Not bad. Not good. It's alright. It's like
Eh.
me. Lol. GG. Top 3 tracks will be um and and there you go.
Perfect. Beautiful.
All right, Keenan.
Alright, fucking douchebag, dog. Fuck, man. Bad for me. It'll be ceremony and 3 a.m.
All right, you boys said it perfect. Looking at this track list, there's a list of features, and I expected this to be carried by those features, and I just think it fell short. Personally, I mean, you look at all these big names, and I had an expectation, and it did not meet that. First of all, I thought I was going to be getting Skrillex, and I did not get that. So maybe that's my fault for going in with that expectation, but I think what he did with the whole production, I mean, Marco said it best. He's making a DJ Khaled album. You know, he's trying to make radio pop, and I just think that it fell short. I mean, it's not to discredit what he does and what he's doing. It's just for me personally, I I wanted that old school Skrillex sounding a lot more what we get in this next album that we're about to move on to, and we just didn't get that. And so with that being said, overall, I have this album down as a 3 out of 10.
Damn.
3 out of 10.
Holy shit. Tough crowd.
Tough crowd.
Tough crowd.
Oh.
Kittens over here listening to indie pop,
Yay, yay,
indie hardcore pop.
Shit.
yay, yay. So if I have to pick a top 3 track, top 3 tracks would have to be
It's hard. I know it's hard. It's
Real
hard.
Spring,
Yeah.
Mixed Signals,
Go off, King,
Uh-huh.
Don't Go.
and it's done.
Now we can get
Now.
into Skrillex.
Now we
Now
can
we
get
get
into
in.
fucking.
What?
Unks.
Get into Quest for Fire. So, as you guys have mentioned, your biggest gripes with Don't Get Too Close were that it wasn't so much a Skrillex album. And I will agree, Quest for Fire is 100% a Skrillex album. So this is the one where I felt like, and he released this first of the
Yeah.
two. So I feel like he released this album, and this one was more of a showcase of like, here's what I can do with electronic music. This one was definitely more beat heavy, and the features definitely took more of a back seat to this. I personally don't think this album hits though. I do like the way it starts off with Leave Me Like This, and I will say, so we didn't mention it, but Leave Me Like This, it starts off the same way as Don't Get Too Close. They're different sounds, but they start off with that same sample. But Leave Me Like This is like a super dope, like upbeat EDM house type beat, and I love that, and I love the progression that the song takes. But I don't think it holds that same energy throughout the album.
So-
And again, I do like the progression that Leave Me Like This takes, but I don't like the progression a lot of these other songs take.
Yeah, so in comparison to the previous album, off the rip, this song has you moving. You actually
Oh.
hear Skrillex in this song, and when I say you hear Skrillex, I mean you hear the old electronic sounds, you know, the hints of dubstep from Skrillex, and we didn't get a lot of that. We had a couple drops here and there in the first one, meaning that first album. But this one right off the rip, we hear Skrillex, and even had a throwback in this first song.
I'm so glad you were gonna say it, dude. The old sample. Oh my.
What is he doing? He's playing
God.
Stack Up.
Yeah.
He's playing Stack Up. Oh
Oh
God.
my God. He breaks the record or whatever.
Yeah.
That was insanely nostalgic to hear.
And so-
that was so sick.
So it was cool. It was cool to hear it. And so with that being said, talking about the first track, it's crazy that he released this album first and then released Don't
Right.
Get Too Close,
Mhm.
which is just insane because, like, in the comments of all the comments on all of just all of his music right now, everyone's saying it was the greatest comeback, basically, because he was saying, as in it was the greatest comeback, as in they thought he released Don't Get Too Close first, and it was
So
not-
they got it backwards.
it was negative, and then he dropped Quest for Fire, and it's like, oh, this is a good comeback.
Oh.
Nice save. What a save, what a save.
What a save, what a save.
And so that's what everybody's saying, like in the YouTube comments and everything. Everyone's like, Skrillex had the greatest comeback to his own
that's
diss.
so fucked up. Oh my God. I just got what you were saying now.
Yeah,
That's so
so-
fucked up.
And so that's why I say it's crazy that Quest for Fire actually came out first. Because, bro, there's no need. There's no need to drop Don't Get Too Close. I'm sorry. I'm
Damn.
sorry. If you're releasing Quest for
Crazy.
Fire. Because then if he would have released it, Don't Get Too Close, then Quest for Fire, I'm like, oh, nice rebuttal, buddy. You saved yourself there. Like,
Right.
I'm with everybody in the comments. Nice comeback.
Holy shit.
No, here we are.
Damn, I must be the minority. I can't believe it. So, like I said, one of my biggest gripes with this is, since it's so like producer oriented, I felt like he was trying really hard, to have certain progressions within the songs themselves. And I get it because like I can understand why somebody would call your music repetitive in like the electronic scene if you're not having a ton of features on it or anything like that. So I understand like why he would feel the need to have these kind of progressions within these songs, but I just don't think they really hit. And one song that I have a huge issue with that is Tears, the third track. Oh, I love this like super menacing, like ominous type sound. It starts off real like low and brooding and has that real like toned down synth, and then it has a real fast hi-hats. But the drops that are coming in the middle of this track are just so lame, dude. Like, I feel like they try a little too hard to be abstract, you know what I mean? And I think it just comes off too goofy. And then I love at the end when it goes back to that ominous, like, drop down tone. And, Tears is obviously my biggest, that's my biggest example, with this gripe. But I feel like that gripe kind of carries throughout the whole album.
No, that's interesting because especially in Tears, it starts off at a boom in your face because you do get that slow ominous like build up, and then it just drops on you, and then we get those little tiny drops throughout the song that were just like, all right, what was that?
Yeah, it just didn't feel like it fit. I don't know.
And no, that is fair because like Abstract is perfectly said because there's a couple of songs on here that are just completely off the wall, and whether it be the sound or the vocal delivery, it was a little much for me.
Yeah.
And I think we get glimpses of that early on in Tears, and it's funny because it actually leads into the next song, Rumble.
Oh, into Rumble?
Which is pretty. This one's pretty cringe.
It's extremely cringe.
What?
It's pretty
I love
cringe.
I like Rumble because I really like Flodan. I
Well,
think Flodan is sick on this.
You are not the minority. This is, I think, one of his most popular tracks.
Oh,
on
good.
Spotify.
Oh,
So
Ooh, thank God.
Flodan is nice. He has a nice delivery in his tone.
oh yeah.
He sounds like a hooligan who's like gonna rob you of your like Chelsea jersey because
Exactly.
you wore it into the wrong stadium.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know if you guys listen to Grime, but I love Grime, and I'm
UK
really,
Grime?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you know about SR?
I don't be listening to SR. Listen to Dutch Valley.
No, I know
Whoa.
about Dave.
Yeah, Dave is cool.
Dave goes hard.
Yeah. Yeah, I think UK grime artists fit perfectly over these beats. I mean, that's essentially what
true,
they're
yeah.
that's what they're built on, almost, exclusively. But dude, Flowdown on Rumble?
No.
Oh.
When he says, "Listen to that," that's the sound of the show.
It's kind of cringe.
Oh, come on.
Oh, get
Should've
out of
been,
here!
So do you like the Rumble? Do you like that little sample thrown in?
Yeah, no, everything else is nice, but I just think it's so
I
corny.
don't. To be fair, I'm not the biggest fan of UK rap or UK grime. I'm honestly not.
Uh-huh.
I tried. I gave it multiple tries, and I still will give it multiple tries, but I'm just not a fan. I think the only artist I really like is just Dave, and that's it. That's because he raps on like really slow beats.
Yeah, and there's a lot of them that do, but
Uh.
I think grime transitions, or I think grime translates really well to this type of sound.
100% it does, but that's why I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm extremit's picky with my UK grime.
I got
extremely
you. I
picky.
got you.
So again, the tone is nice. I like his delivery. Everything is nice, but it's just it's just a little corny.
Super corny.
And like he has a line in there that says, "Never gonna win a Royal Rumble," and then do you hear that? Killers in the jungle. It's like, get out of here. And it's like Skrillex really could have. I felt like Skrillex could have like taken that part like of like that gun sound, the imitation there. He could have done something like a lot cooler than just what we got. Like literally me tapping on the mic. That's what we get. But that's it. But I was just like trying to say like the whole like abstract sounding. We do get that a lot, and like I feel like we do kind of get it in these first two tracks.
Yeah, and like I said, really throughout the whole album, I do think one of the more abstract ones is Xena,
Oh, yup.
featuring a Palestinian singer. What do you guys think about this one? Because
Sorry.
oh no, go ahead.
At first, I thought it was fucking extremely fucking weird and off.
It is.
It's
Well,
very
It
off,
is
but
very off.
But second listen, I loved it. Second listen, I loved it.
dang, see,
Yes.
so it grew on to you.
Extremely fast. Like literally, when I say the second listen, it literally was like, okay, this is actually pretty good off the second listen.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And the way he chopped up her vocals, amazing, phenomenal.
Yeah, the way he sampled that was perfect.
Yeah.
I'll agree for sure.
Especially all the way up to the drop, dog.
Oh, which drop?
Oh, which one?
Which
I'm
drop?
trying to remember. I think it was the first
Because
one.
that second drop is the best drop
I
off
know.
of both albums.
Bro, that like fast stick,
Like snare sounding, drum
yeah,
sounding.
that's kind of hard. That's kind of
Punjabi ass drum, bro. Shit goes.
shit is nice.
It's nice, but again, talk about abstract. Those lyrics and the way that she delivers.
How you even know what the lyrics say, bro? You don't speak no Punjabi.
Canceled.
What do you mean?
Canceled is him.
This is a question, bro.
Dog,
Wait.
eat that.
It's been here for 3 weeks. I'm not
That's your
eating that.
punishment, dog.
it's okay. It's
I'm just
still good,
I
bro.
just fucking quit. I don't even know what the fuck she say. You're like these fucking
Bro,
lyrics supposed to speak Latin.
Punjabi's Indian, bro. She's Palestinian.
Bastard, bitch, bastard.
Oh,
I'm sorry. We both cancel, big dog. Oh,
that in,
please
please.
don't leave us,
Just me.
Ruben.
You better get
Just
that
me.
in.
Ruben, please don't leave us. We're gonna
God
get
damn
canceled.
it.
It's just gonna be Isaac talking poetry in the mic.
I'd cancel him just off that. Fuck that. I'd fucking go down.
But I
Look at those lyrics.
exactly.
I haven't looked at the lyrics yet.
I did look up the lyric translation on Reddit, and apparently, like, anytime you input it into Google Translate, it just butchers it. But
What?
somebody was like, it's basically a wedding song. Like, the lyrics are based around a wedding type of. So
It's kind of whack, not gonna lie.
So
It's kind of lame. I was expecting a fucking a lick or like a fucking drive-by.
lick? What the fuck, bro? Oh my god.
All right, nonetheless, her vocals do go hard as shit. Not gonna lie, and the way he chopped up her vocals and the drops, I think the first drop is really good. I'm not really a fan of the build up with the drums, but it grew on me. I still think the first drop is a lot better, to be honest. But
So again, this song it kind of took a while to grow, and it took a while for me to adjust to, especially with those crazy vocals.
Jeez.
But it's worth it with those. There's 2 nice drops in this album, or in this song. That second drop being my favorite of the album, so I'm willing to go through those vocals to get to that drop.
Oh yeah.
And like you said, the drums, or like that snare sound, and the way he chops it up is so good. And then you get those crazy like screaming vocals in the background during that second drop.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Sounds
Yeah.
like some tribal shit.
Yeah,
It's
that
crazy.
shit is wild.
Like you're to go off the last track, running through the jungle, and then you got those crazy laughs and screams going on in the background to that snaring drum.
Yep.
That's all I got.
It really shows that he's a really skillful producer, to be honest.
Yeah, that he's able.
because you don't get that in the other album.
You don't.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ruben.
I
I'm
think you
sorry.
do.
I'm
Well,
sorry.
I'm just saying. No, I will agree though. It's super dope, and I like. It's cool that like, when you listen to a lot of this electronic music, I mean, if you really think about it, like electronic music is probably like the easiest medium for like foreign artists to use.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's dope that he featured a Palestinian singer on this. I I don't really like the second half. I do like the first. Again, the vocals are really dope in this. This is a great feature. I just don't like the way the song kind of progresses throughout. It just got a little too weird for me, and I usually don't shy away from weird music, but I just
Dude,
couldn't.
your favorite
really,
artist is Bjork.
One of them, yes, absolutely. But I just couldn't completely get with this one. Going back to what I think. Okay, I ain't gonna lie. What I thought should have been a great feature, because I agree with you, Keenan.
Oh.
One of my favorite artists of all time.
Oh.
Fortet.
Oh God.
When I saw Fortet on this shit with Skrillex, I was fucking pumped. And I think Butterflies just does not deliver.
It does not at all.
Oh.
I mean, you get 2 big artists from this genre.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, respectively, 2 of probably the biggest artists of this genre. You see them together and you go, okay, this is going to be insane. And it was just, maybe that was just us going in with the expectation.
But that's the whole point of the expectation, because Fortet is such a dope artist, right? Because I remember even going through this track list and being like, okay, I can't wait till that Fortet comes on. I can't wait for that song. And then looking at the track list, I'm like, bro, that shit was 3 songs ago.
I passed
I don't
it
even
3. That's
remember
so
it.
funny. Yup, that's exactly how it is. And so don't get me wrong, the song is a vibe.
Okay.
The song, it's a vibe. It's something you're putting on in the background while you're cooking, like Marco said. That's perfectly said. But it's over before you know it, and it's something that you can't even really enjoy unless you're actually sitting down and truly paying attention to it. And then when you do, it falls short.
Mhm.
It doesn't deliver. And they could have done so much more. They just could have done so much more. And for what it was, it's literally one of like the least played songs on the track list. Again, the features are insane. The list is insane. And for a majority of them to fall short like they did, it kind of sucks, because like what I said in the beginning, it's the smaller artists
That really
that
kind
really
of,
carried like like this who do we just shout out, Flodan,
yeah.
like what?
Yeah, exactly. And then his second feature on Hydrate. Hydrate is insane. Hydrate is that grimy ass shit, bro. I love that song.
It's funny because like he should have put this like in kind of like the midpoint of the album,
Mhm.
kind of like hey, this is like our timeout type thing, like what Black Country did, like everybody hydrate, like everybody do your thing.
Yeah.
But no, the lyrics were cool. In this one again, flowed in, no pun intended, had a flow,
Oh,
which was nice. And like you said, the drop was nice. Beats are good. Again, we got classic Skrillex throughout this entire album, so all the beats are gonna be good. Damn. I think.
Majority of the beats are really good off this album. Not gonna lie. It's the features for me that kind of lacked it a little bit compared to the first album.
yeah.
So
And then real quick, it's just cool because right after Hydrate, we got the Warped Tour interlude with Pete Wentz. which was pretty cool. So we have like, I don't know if they were being interviewed on MTV.
I don't know what the interview's from. I've never heard that before. So that's a legit interview, right?
It should be MTV, to be honest. They always cover Warped Tour.
Dude, and with those types of bands, it had to have been.
Had to have been MTV.
And I was like, wait, hold on. Are we going to actually get some Pete Wentz somewhere on here? Is he going to be a surprise guest? And he wasn't. So I'm kind of confused as to why we even got this on here, but it was cool.
It was just kind of like, because what is the next track? No, because I thought it was like nostalgic. Because I thought the next track was like something about his past or something.
Yeah, because the next one's Good Space, but
no, but it was literally just put there just
to do it,
just to take up space probably. But I mean, it is pretty cool, like for people, Marcos, that didn't know that Sonny actually was involved in the music scene as much as he was before Skrillex. So it was like a cool little homage to his past, to see where he was, and because in that interlude it was kind of like you went from, is that the one where he's like, you went from like sleeping on the couch, or is that another one?
No, it was that one where he's like, you went from sleeping on the couch to playing here, like that's every band's dream.
Yeah, and then it's like cool because like you guys just had a song. Was he talking about him, or was he talking about Fall Out Boys who just? Let's see.
It had to have been. He was talking to Fall Out Boy, right? He was talking to Pete Wentz during that.
All right, so now since we last talked to you, Pete, you guys have a new record out. It went number 6 on Billboard and Rolling Stone magazine. How does that feel? Oh, that's pretty insane. I'm going to Disneyland with me, with Sonny, with girlfriends. Oh, so it has nothing to do with From First to Last. It's just Fall Out Boy, because they said Fall Out Boy, like they just made Rolling Stone's top 6.
Yeah. So it's kind of, I guess it's cool in that sense because like,
yeah, so he's literally, it's not even like about him or From First to Last. It just says we have Sonny from First to Last.
Yeah, just the fact that he's there.
You know what the fuck? Why is this put in here?
That's what I'm saying. It has nothing. It has no reason to be here. I mean, like you said, it's a cool little homage, I guess, but otherwise
yeah,
it's only fucking 40 seconds. I guess it really doesn't make that big of a difference. I don't have too much else to say about this album. I just want to hit some quick couple points. Missy Elliott.
I was about to say that.
Yup.
Oh, let's go, boys. Let's go.
Oh, bro. For as cringe as it was, I wasn't expecting her to go off like she
I
did.
agree.
So
it was
like,
kind of cringe, but the beat was nice. She sounded good. She's still out here.
and then like her references to her vocal delivery from her song.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
exactly.
like the way she sang it. That was pretty cool, and it went perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
But pretty legendary, to be honest, feature.
Missy Elliott with
Missy
Skrillex?
Elliott.
What
Holy
the
shit, what
fuck?
a legendary feature, man. I don't even care what kind of verse she delivered. That's just sick having her on a fucking song.
Right? Exactly.
That's funny that you're going to say that because I was going to be like one of the songs I brought up.
Exactly. I just had to. I could not skip over that.
That has to be the biggest feature of this album, right?
It would have to be. I like.
Maybe in all?
Well,
I mean,
because
the only
JB is pretty big from the other one.
Nah,
From
Missy
both
Elliott?
albums.
No, I meant from this one.
Oh,
yeah,
from,
but
from this
I'm
one.
talking about both albums though. I think out of both albums, having a feature from Missy Elliott, dog. I get a feature from Justin Bieber, just give some crack. That's it.
What the fuck?
Word.
It would have to be between like JB or Missy Elliott.
It would have to be between Chief Keef and
Like
fucking
Chief Keef is a big name too, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, I guess on this album, yeah, Porter Robinson is pretty big, but otherwise,
Porter Robinson is pretty big.
yeah, I guess otherwise. Yeah, Missy
What
Elliott would have
about
to be. Sway Lee? I guess is kind of big too.
I don't know.
But yeah, either way, it was a super dope like left field feature that I thought, like we said, she fit really well on this. Inhale and Exhale and A Street I Know were pretty cool. They kind of hit. I think I like the vibe of Inhale Exhale a lot more. Again, more of like a fast paced D&B kind of sound. But three absolute 100% positives are going to be the last 3 tracks. So Supersonic, Hazel Theme, and Still Here. So I love Supersonic. If I'm not mistaken, that was the very first single from this album. And Supersonic is insane. I love, again, that dark brooding sound. This shit is super dope. I love that Hazel theme is a little bit more of like an interlude, and it bleeds perfectly into
Yup.
Still Here.
Yep.
So I think, despite me not really liking this album too much, it ends on a perfect 3-track run.
It does, but the last track is still trash.
How dare you?
Why?
Both of them. I told you this
How?
earlier. Like,
Because of BB?
it had to, I guess at this point,
It
yeah.
has to be.
Because that last track off the other album had BB too. But fuck, man, I just don't know. I looked down at my phone. I'm like, oh shit, I need to skip this song. I can't do it.
Yeah.
And it's the last track on both of them. I just don't like it. But I do agree with you that it is a good 3-track run. I guess y'all
Yeah.
flow together pretty well.
Yeah.
That bass goes crazy and Still Here.
Yeah, it does.
Exactly.
You said it perfect. Hazel theme is just like the perfect setup to Still Here.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice little interlude
Yeah, I
right
can see
before we
that.
get that. And again, like I said earlier, I think it's cool that Still Here and the last track from the last album, Painting Rainbows, it kind of goes out on the same theme of just like, I'm still here.
Exactly.
I'm still here. Again, it just goes to show that this man can go on a indefinite hiatus and just come back whenever he wants and make bops.
Yeah.
And whether we like it or not, the people are gonna like it.
Yeah.
And so it just goes to show like how much of an influence he still is in this genre.
I think he's cemented himself as an influencer in this game.
Oh,
After this, though, I'm excited to see his next album. So
yeah. I wonder where he goes
After
from
8
here.
years,
after 8 years,
he just goes back to from first to last.
Yeah, just straight back as a fucking emo hardcore.
Word.
But I do like that he has that quick little. I thought it was a fucking sample from like a live show, but it's not. I guess it's just him. Like he just mixed it in. But he has that little sample at towards the middle of Still Here, where he's like, "Is anybody here with your family,
yup.
your friends, your best friend?" Like that was fucking cool. I like that a lot.
And then what do you say? Is anybody here with 20 plus people?
Not me, bro.
Nah, dog.
I'm here by myself.
Nah, I'm good.
But I mean, that really kind of covers everything else I wanted to say about this before we wrapped up. Do you guys have anything else to say?
I do not.
I do
Nope.
real quick. I
Okay.
did like track 9. Track 9. Too
Okay.
Bizarre. Again with Sway Lee.
Yeah, and I hated his feature on
Oh,
this.
word. Bro, the production was nice, the sound was nice, the beats were hard, the song was hard. I actually fuck with Sway Lee's voice in this again.
Damn.
Again, and this was the song that we were referring to earlier with the screaming in the background.
Yeah.
So this is the one, the screams just add like a nice touch to the back. Again, the dark brooding sound, bass in your face, screams in the background. Overall, I did really like this one. But other than that track, I think we covered everything that was worth covering.
I'm good.
Cool.
I'm
All right.
good.
Okay, sounds like we're good then to wrap up Quest for Fire then. All
Yeah.
right. Again, we're going to be giving you our overall thoughts, top 3 tracks, and overall score. Marco, start us off.
Me? I thought this was OG Skrillex. At least trying to get back to his roots, with having some features there, but still sampling them in his own interpretation, and still giving us the really heavy drops, the heavy bass, and even that dubstep feel. So compared to the first album, what was it called again? Don't Call Me Again. Or something?
Don't get too close.
Don't Get Too Close. A Quest for Love, I thought was a callback to him being a house music artist or a dubstep artist, which I thought he succeeded at, even though I don't think it's something that I will listen to probably ever again, to be honest.
Whoa.
Well, maybe. I can say that, maybe. I'll listen to it one more time, just not gonna lie, and see if it sticks. But top 3 tracks would probably be fuck it, I'm gonna throw Ratata in there. Inhale, Exhale, and Supersonic.
You hear that?
Oh, what is it? What is it?
Killers in the Jungle.
You're going to start your last thoughts with fucking roasting? God.
Yeah,
damn.
for real.
Jesus.
This was his favorite album too.
So again, like Marco said, this was the Skrillex I was expecting. I should have listened to this album first. I didn't. I listened to Don't Get Too Close first. Again, oh well. But in comparison to the first one, I think this album was much better. Again, we have drops we have beats, we have bass in your face, and that's just something we didn't get in the other album. And again, we kind of talked about where he was going with that album, and so I'm not blaming him for that. It is what it is. I'm just glad he's still making music.
True.
You
True.
know, it's always going to be nostalgic, and of course, we're never going to get that Scary Monsters Nice Sprite sound.
Yeah.
You know, probably ever again. So again, it was cool that we got the reference, some old callbacks in a couple of songs. So other than that, again, this album still didn't really do it for me.
Fuck.
So top three or overall score, I'd have to give it a 5.5 out of 10.
Oh, not
I was
terrible.
thinking
Not
about
too
giving it
bad.
5.5. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
thinking about giving it
Not
5.5.
terrible.
No,
Okay.
it's not terrible. Again,
It's both solid.
significantly better than Don't Get Too Close. With the top three tracks being that opening track, Leave Me Like This, Too Bizarre, and Hydrate.
So while I do appreciate that the first album that he released of these two was more of like a producer showcase, I don't think it hit for a majority of the album. I do like the fact that he was kind of bouncing around between these subgenres. You know, we did get some drum and bass in there. We got some very dark, grimy ass electronic music. We got, you know, more upbeat EDM type of stuff. I do like that he kind of covered those ranges. I just feel like it wasn't as cohesive as Don't Get Too Close. Features, while I feel like they were meant to take more of a backseat on this album, I feel like they didn't really have as much of a prominence as they did in the second. And I think that kind of anchors down my review of this, or my score of this. And again, even if I did like a majority of the way the song started, the progressions just got a little too wonky for me, and they just got a little too funky, and not in the good way. Some of them, especially like I said, Tears, for example, it just reached a really goofy kind of sound that I just couldn't really get with. I don't know if it's maybe just him trying a little too hard to like add some variance. I don't know if the songs are maybe just a little too long. I'm not sure what it was, but for a majority of it, I just wasn't able to connect fully with the songs. So my top three tracks are going to be number 3, Hydrate, number 2, Inhale, Exhale, and number 1 is going to be Supersonic.
Whew.
And overall, I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10. So, again,
Nice.
in the middle, it wasn't terrible, wasn't good, just kind of there, you know?
Yeah, it's something you could put on at any house party.
Yeah.
It's gonna go crazy.
Exactly. I'm not mad at somebody for putting this on.
Yeah.
But I'm not going out of my way.
I'm
to
not
put this
going
on.
exactly.
Yeah. But hey, I mean, like we said, you know, Skrillex is out here. He's still making music. It's super exciting. You know, it's fucking cool that one of our childhood artists is still out here, not only making new music, but making new music, you know, in a completely different fashion than he was when we were kids. You know, it's cool that he's taking these risks and he's evolving as an artist. So definitely have to give him props for that.
Yep.
And that's going to wrap up our review of Skrillex's 2 albums, Don't Get Too Close and Quest for Fire. If you guys have listened to the albums, let us know what you think. If you haven't listened to them, then let us know what you think. Please follow us on Instagram at The Underground Treehouse Pod. We're going to be posting all of our updates right there. Anytime we have any follower interactions, it's always going to be through Instagram. Give us a rating. We hope to be a 5. If not, give us what you think we deserve. Share with your friends. Share with your mama. Yeah, that's all we can really ask for. Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you next week. Later.
Bye.